I did quit. In my mid-20s, I quit. I walked away. I said to myself, I didn't want to do this anymore. But, it was a calling and it kept on calling me. And eventually I accepted it, got into it again, and started immersing myself into storytelling, especially filmmaking. And then eventually I went into studying and learning more about what storytelling is and filmmaking in general. And as I got deeper and deeper into the study and immersion, I loved it. My passion to filmmaking and storytelling. And here I am now, still learning and learning every single day, and excited to make films, make stories, and finally make the film dream happen.
You know what? Right after graduation, I went straight into working in broadcast. There was no break, no time to ease into it. The hours were long, deadlines kept coming, and I feel like I was tired all the time. At the same time, reality started hitting. Bills, stability, being practical about life. I remember asking myself, ganito na ba agad? That mix of exhaustion and real life pressure, I think that was the wall. That's when I almost walked away.
Siguro the moment I almost quit, when I got super overwhelmed at the start, no, na kinukumpara ko yung progress ko, no, sa mga ibang kakilala ko na usually ay mas nauna naman talaga sa akin. So para sa akin, no, naging sobrang bigat ng expectations ko sa sarili ko and yung sa standards, no, na binigay ko sa sarili ko. Hindi ako naging mabait, no, sa sarili ko kasi nagsisimula pa lang ako, pero sobrang laki, sobrang layo na agad, no, ng gusto kong marating.
One biggest moment that I can forget that it felt like I hit a wall was really when I got so many revisions. Like what I wrote received so many corrections, and it felt like I did everything wrong. It added to the feeling of burnout and making me feel like maybe I'm just not good enough, or maybe baka hindi to talaga para sa akin.
My struggle to create and share stories have taught me to focus on the power of the human spirit.
It made me more honest about being tired. I don't glorify overwork anymore. I'm more drawn to stories about people who are conflicted, worn down, and just trying to get through the day. Because I know I've been there.
Siguro na-influence niya yung pagkukwento ko in a way na gusto kong tawagin yung sarili ko ngayon bilang realist. No? Mas binavalue ko na yung mga kwento na totoo, yung mga kwento na nakikita natin sa lansangan, no? Mga kwentong naririnig natin, no? Mula sa ating mga kamag-anak, sa mga kaibigan natin, no? Na totoo sa atin, no? At nararanasan natin.
That struggle honestly helped me feel less afraid to go back to the drawing board. There's nothing wrong with starting over or having to redo everything, because quantity is never over quality. Quality is always king, and we should always go back to worrying about what kind of content we're putting out there instead of simply just putting out content for the sake of putting it there.
I'm seeing the success of a film now through the eyes of the filmmaker's struggles, the overall journey, and the process of creating the story from the page to the screen, and how it will impact the lives of his or her audience. This is what I see now, from my own storytelling journey. My struggles enabled me to have that kind of perspective or lens. So this is how I see film success now. It's not just about the aesthetics or the effects or how much the box office is. It's now about the story, the message, the themes, and of course, how it will affect the lives of its audiences.
Well, before, success meant being busy and being seen all the time. Now it's simpler. If the story feels truthful and the process doesn't break you, that already feels like a win to me.
Siguro, a successful film for me is the impact it causes to someone, no, kahit isang tao lang, no, naniniwala ako na ang isang successful film ay may mahahawakan, no, may matatouch na buhay. And hindi siya necessarily yung mapapaiyak mo yung isang tao, no, mapapatawa mo yung isang tao. For me, yung impact is yung lasting thought, no, ng film mo sa kanila, no, na may inspire sila, no, na gumawa, no, ng isang bagay sa ibang tao o para sa kanilang mga sarili for the better.
For me, it's not about numbers anymore. It's not about being a blockbuster. It's about representation. It's about knowing that you feel seen or somebody feels seen in the type of films or the type of content that you're putting out. It's being able to be a voice for the voiceless, or even just simply being able to represent what you feel on your own, and it just so happens that somebody else also feels the same thing.
The dream, the film dream. It's all about connection. It's all about making it happen. It's all about stories that matter.
Probably I would tell him that dream will take a lot from you, especially at the start. It will exhaust you and it will test you. But resting or slowing down doesn't mean you're quitting. It just means you are learning how to last.
The dream is in your head. No, yung mga kwentong gusto mong ikwento ay nasa isip mo. Wala sa camera, no? Wala sa mahal na equipments, wala sa mga mahal na gears. No, so kung may pangarap ka, no, nasa sayo yan. No, nasa loob ng katawan mo yan, no, na kailangan mong ilabas. No, na kailangan mong ibahagi, i-share sa iba. At hindi mo kailangan magsimula, no, na may mga fancy equipments ka na, may mga expensive gears ka na. Magsimula ka, no, sa pagkukwento, sa pagsusulat lang. Pwede kang magsimula sa pagsusulat lang, no? And then eventually, no, do your best, no, na i-share ito sa iba through the forms of storytelling, like films, theater, blog posts, no, kahit sa Facebook, kaya mong mag-share ng stories dyan, na makakapag-impact, no, sa buhay ng iba.
The dream is never measured by what other people say. It's not being able to take the board exam. It's not being able to have initials at the end of your name. It's not being able to leave the country at such a young age. It's simply where you are right now, and it's about taking the time to move yourself towards what you want that dream to be today, not letting it be defined by what other people expect of you or what even you're pressuring yourself to be. Because the dream, yes, it's out there, yes, it's the end goal, but at the end of the day, it's always about what we have right now.